Print it in color?
Whoops, sorry.
Accusations of internal embezzlements. They're saying that that's could be embezzled money.
Yeah, they're just gonna blame the predecessors.
Yeah, Brendan and
Yeah.
Natalie.
I think that's,
Natalie, she had to call some people to building for appointment, and she did it with an old car. Tracy would let her have the bus. She said, but she can apply for money for that state, you know, pay for the gas at least. Yeah, Tracy would let her use the bus, and she'd take people over to appointments with her car.
Really?
A personal car. So that point was, she doesn't want to leave them in the lurch, so.
So you mean Natalie has been taking people over in her personal car?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be darned. Holy smokes, man.
She said she went crazy, so I got these people that have an appointment, she said, tough. I'm like, you have a vehicle. You'd think Tracy would take them over, she wouldn't let Natalie do it.
Volunteers are accepted.
Yeah. We lost all our volunteers. You get some color? What are you gonna put color on?
He's got orange.
it was the most masculine color I could choose. You should see the color.
Did it have pink?
Well, mostly pink. This looks like somewhat of a shade of pink somewhere.
Yeah, that's pink that was out in the sun. Anyway, that annual meeting ought to be interesting today.
It is, that's gonna be quite
Sure Tracy and Bob will be there. Cheryl was going out.
Oh, Cheryl's going too?
Had her area 2 board. You take my place.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm supposed to be on that board, but I appointed Bobby's wife Betty to be in adversary too last year. Just Cheryl went up. My proxy.
Wow, this suspension is being implemented due to serious concerns related to gross mismanagement of federal and state funds administered under this.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Marcy has been telling us that they've been drafting this letter, and we've been waiting for it for quite some time, and now it's finally got here.
Yeah.
When I see that though, such a strong statement like that, I'm smelling lawsuit.
Oh, yeah?
No, God, yeah.
Not from them, them suing them back.
Yeah.
I don't know how you prove that.
Well, I told the board that 3 weeks ago, there will be lawsuits, so what?
No, not that, I mean the Area 2 Council on Aging, Muscle Shell
Yeah.
Council on Aging is gonna get, the Area 2 Council of Aging is gonna get sued by the Muscle Shell County of Aging because if they can't prove gross mismanagement,
Yeah.
then they're gonna get sued.
Well, it'll probably be sued anyway, and then they have to prove gross mismanagement.
They're gonna have, but then they're gonna have to prove that they're gonna have to prove that they were right.
Yeah.
Well, and obviously they feel they are, right, such a strong.
Well, they are.
You know,
Muscle Shell, the local board is gonna have to prove that they've got a case, and that's gonna be awful.
Well, I'm kind of
And then
flipping,
they're gonna
I'm kind of flipping it. I think that the Muscle Shell County of Aging is gonna say, you guys are gonna have to prove your claim.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you were wrong to suspend us. As opposed to them saying, prove we're wrong.
Yeah.
We're suspending you till you prove you're wrong. They're like, they say, no, you prove you prove you're right before you suspend.
Well, she's got.
Well, there's been all of that back and forth with each other regarding their reporting.
Oh, yeah.
It just hasn't, it has not met their requirements. And they said, hey, they kept asking them.
Well-
Would you please clarify?
And if they can prove mishandling of funds, that would be a big one.
Yeah.
Also, they can prove area 2. I keep getting them mixed up. It's driving me
So do
crazy.
I.
Also they can prove is based on the reporting they receive, there is a big discrepancy.
Yeah.
And so that's where the audit
That's
comes.
what that comes in.
Yep. It's all gonna be predicated on the audit.
Yeah.
Sure it is.
And then there's, like Darcy said last public comment, Marcy, excuse me, I keep messing that up too. There's business practice issues, the way they do their business. They got problems.
When they refuse to attend mandatory training, they have to, it's for their license. Make food.
Right?
And only one person handles the funds
Yeah. Yeah.
from beginning to end.
Yeah, see, that's a big problem.
That's a big,
Well, and then there's where did all this money go? That's where the
Yeah,
audit,
that's what I.
they can maybe show, well, this is where it went, this is all we got.
And it could well be because they're buying all their food, they're not getting food from commodities, I understand, they're buying it. So that doesn't eat up money.
yeah.
Well, in our motion this morning, though, that Mike made was that we're positioned to step in if needed
With a new board.
with a new board so that they don't have, like you said, they have
No
like,
interruption.
yeah. But right now, I guess there is interruption, right?
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like it. It sounds like they're not gonna be serving meals either, you know what I mean, that the only people that will get meals are Meals on Wheels from the hospital, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because nobody's going into the hospital to eat.
Well, that's what we talked about, maybe there's something that can be done to make an arrangement with the hospital for meals. When people go to the hospital.
Oh, like they're gonna take it for
Or
this,
it's eat it there, they got a cafeteria, I think.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know how big it
optional.
is. I haven't been in there, so.
Yeah, or maybe pick it up and take it, I don't know. But so they are shut down, they've shut their doors.
Oh, no?
All right, well, we'll find out what happens.
But I've got a key in all the offices.
Well, yeah, we didn't know all about
Yeah.
suspect.
No, I don't have a key to any of it. Oh, there he is.
Here he comes.
Well rested, slept in this morning.
Yeah, that's me. Slept in this morning. Here at 7:45, guys. Yeah, I want to earn my money.
Well, I didn't have to get up this morning at all. My power was out. I didn't have no clock.
Did another storm roll through last night?
Well, but I know, I didn't have to
It
get
rained a little
up.
bit.
It did.
It did rain.
I was woke up by thunder and lightning somewhere around 11.
Yeah, I was wondering because I guess I was talking to my kid and there was a huge thunderstorm rolling through Anaconda about
Oh, yeah.
8 o'clock. So, all right, have I missed anything?
Well, we're just in the middle of a discussion with Area 2 Agency on Aging and their suspension.
Okay.
And we moved to advertise for anyone who would be interested in being on a new board that we're gonna have to appoint in the interim until this gets resolved.
Not related to that as an action item, we're gonna have to come up with verbiage for that advertising. But that's due to go in when, that was,
We can do it ASAP.
if
Do you-
we,
We can get our.
I can get it submitted today if you want to assist me with the verbiage.
Yeah, Yeah, I can help you with that. I need to look at some of our other resolutions establishing a board,
Yeah.
for, what boards do we have that might be similar or have like a similar purpose?
You want a sucker instead?
We got Homes on the Range, or what is it, Muscle Show Housing Authority or something like that. Maybe the Fairgrounds.
We might have a other board, another one for Muscle Show County,
But the
Council on
verbiage
Aging.
today, let's talk about the deadline. If you got it to them today, would they print it or?
I believe it would
the
come out
deadline-
next Friday.
Yeah, so I think the deadline to get it printed in the next version is passed. Am I wrong or wrong?
You know what, I'll call. I'll call and find out.
So you might have till Tuesday to get it to them.
I thought it was till Tuesday.
Gentlemen, I'll tell you what, let me go downstairs and start cobbling something together for you. I think my time might be spent better doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Hanging that up here.
Yeah, it would actually, because this is extremely important.
They're having an annual meeting in Lewistown right now. Everything's like.
Who was?
Area 2.
Area 2 agency on aging.
Correct. I had to look at it.
Okay, let me see what I can find and see if I can come up with some ideas for it.
Okay.
Well, at this very minute, they're probably talking about how they're gonna pursue your check writing and check in your money scanning.
Yeah, they probably are. I'm my first on the ballot on the hand minute. On the agenda, they got discuss Mike Goffney's thievery.
And the recommendation for prison will be 5 years or 10.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to highlight.
Yeah, this is really good.
Don't forget the internal embezzlement. That was brought up. It's kind of an aging board, they're saying that Brendan was embezzling money.
Well, he said it in here, Bob, he said it in
I know.
here.
Now I know better.
You know, you should know better than to do that.
I wonder if Marcy got legal advice on this letter.
That sounds like it was, it was either written by, I think she wrote it, but I'm almost certain it had legal review.
Yeah, I would think, I mean, it'd be only wise to do that.
It's very concise,
Yeah.
but it's strong. I mean, that's why I was thinking, oh man, she
Yeah.
better be able to prove this stuff. But I don't think, maybe she doesn't have to. Maybe the burden of proof is on them, that they're in compliance as a condition.
I know she's been
Grant.
conversing with the state agency on aging, that's, so she probably got advice for this letter. from them.
Well, she was saying that the board, this is a board decision, not her
Yeah.
decision.
I got a claim for
Don't pay
Haley
it.
Hofer mowing lots. I need one of you guys to sign it.
Was it on that list?
There's her list of pictures.
Yeah, I've seen the lots now.
I mean, she did it. but,
Yeah.
Sign it as department head, and then it'll be in next week's notice?
Yes.
I don't have any problems on that. Do you?
No.
Okay, let's see. It's Robert Davis.
Okay.
No, he gave the Richards, go ahead.
Okay, Monday evening.
Okay, Monday, which means we probably should be
We will
thinking
have to
about
get it.
language.
We'll be able to get it in
Yeah.
as long as we, have it done by Monday evening, it will go into Friday's paper.
Okay.
Were we supposed to sign stuff today? I don't see that on the agenda. No. Well, what is all this? Oh, signing extension of care, that's
Yeah.
good. Oh, everybody's got a copy. Was I supposed to have these out?
I think they have it in their email. Did you guys, yeah, they have them.
Give to each one. I need to pay attention to Bonnie's love notes.
Is it the resignation on
Thank you, thank you.
Sorry, I need to be paying attention.
it? You have it all printed out already.
I'm,
Ugh.
I guess when Charlie gets back, you're up next.
Okay.
Keep them on.
Okay, this is a really good one. He's got fairgrounds coordinator position.
Yeah.
When we do the budget, we need to allocate a salary for that. I actually.
Yeah,
put
because
that
it's
on.
on there. So
Yeah.
that's what we kind of talked about, because he mentioned that to me, and I said, well, let me go and check and see what Bob has in, if he added anybody, because he said it was a discussion you guys had before.
Yes.
And so I said, well, it looks like it's under fairgrounds right now. And he said, okay, that's fine. But he
It's a
thought,
Go ahead.
but he thought that maybe even he could use a part-time over with him in the extension office to help manage things.
But he needs to throw that in his budget.
Yeah, which is what I said, well, that could be, because I said, well, do you have a 5-year plan, a 2-year plan, and he's like, well, I guess I need to sit down and think about it.
And see, that's why I made the comment about, you got this cash, but like, let's say for the fairground, if you're gonna pay somebody full-time, you've increased your operating capital way more than what you've done in the past.
Right,
I'm not saying you still don't wanna do it.
right,
And kind of what I see happening is we come up with these two budgets based on what we know.
right,
And if their actions are valid, we may want to consider milling more
right.
or helping them with some additional revenue somehow. And because we really, I think this commission really supports somebody forward thinking and managing that facility.
Right, right, absolutely.
It's all about what the numbers tell you though. And so not having the money does not necessarily mean you shoot down the plan.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But it does mean that the plan is most likely to be approved.
Correct.
Well, I look at it as a part-time job, so,
The coordinator?
yeah.
Maybe.
Well, nothing happens in the winter.
Well, look, they still don't have
I know,
water. They
they
still
do.
have water back on their old system because they got nobody to run down and figure it out.
Well, and that person, if they were fairgrounds coordinator, they could also manage renting out the facilities and making sure that deposits are made and that it's cleaned up afterwards. Like, we've had some issues there because really nobody's doing it.
Well, and I think that was the discussion that he had, is he said, it's kind of, I guess, I don't know who was in there before, but they kind of got put into managing the actual facilities when he's like, that's not really what we're
Well,
supposed to be
that's the
doing.
extension office. His boss told us unequivocally,
Yeah.
we will not allow Reed to manage the fairgrounds.
Right, and so that's what he so that was his discussion, so he said they really do need somebody in there, and that's what he said, maybe part-time,
Well, I think
manage
it's
facilities.
Angie, but I think we need to talk about whether it's part-time or full-time. And maybe it's in between, but it's definitely just the most simple things hang us up because we don't have somebody
Yeah.
Now, we also talked about that person could also manage some of the, some of the other parks. I don't know if we have any other parks.
Like the
county-wide.
campground, you mean? And-
The campgrounds, or maybe help with some of the cemeteries. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know, we need to talk about it. Full-time, you're right, Mike, it may not be full-time, but
Well, that's the way I see it. I mean, Angie's retired, and I don't think she's gonna be doing much in the winter at all. Whether she's open to that, I don't know.
Well, there's also something that you could consider. I don't know if it would be two contrary job descriptions, but you still have that safety coordinator thing, which, that you were talking about when, I guess it was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago when they came in to manage our, policy. And you were discussing maybe hiring someone in that
oh,
position.
the safety rule.
Yeah, so if that's something that you could kind of, if you found the right person to hybrid that role, then it might be,
Because, yeah, the safety supervisor. make
that
sure
might
every-
help your winter concerns
Have a meeting every
of
couple
keeping someone
months.
busy.
I think you would budget it for full-time, but you would maybe say, let's see what it demands.
Yeah.
And if she needs to work more hours, she can work more hours. I do think she might be the right one, because if she wants it, and she knows about how that works.
Yeah.
But I'm more upset about the water situation. So we spent $400,000 putting a new water system in for all these stations. In the process of that, they installed a curb stop that shut the water off to all the old system that fed some of the old. And all they need to do is turn it on, and we can't seem to get that to happen.
Is that Northwestern Energy that needs,
No,
who is that?
it's COP that did it, but it's really the fairgrounds, we need a fairgrounds keeper that can go over and turn the water on.
Can we just go over and do it? Is it
Yeah.
literally a valve?
Literally, it's a valve, but you need one of those
Well,
things.
Staley designed.
You know what?
They should have a map.
Make one of them damn things, I mean, that's what, you have the same.
You know
I was
what?
gonna buy
I
it,
bet
I was gonna buy it, and they told me not to.
I bet I could make a phone call. Oh, really?
Yeah, and then, we
So it
had
could
it all
go-
ready to get it and pick it up in Billings, and they came in and said, no, we can use it from the city. It's like, well, why don't you want one down there?
You have to have one down there.
You know?
I got one at home.
You need that water right now? I bet if I called Johnny Pronto, he'd be over there and have your water on in 15 minutes.
I doubt it.
You doubt it?
Because we got a map, but we gotta find it.
Oh, I got
tried
you.
to print the map out, but the printer wouldn't let me print it.
Forward
Actually,
it to
let me
me.
print it now. Let me print it
Maybe
now.
that.
I did because it was selected. the
So
wrong-
we need that water for 4th of July next week, right?
No, they got water to so we got all these new hydrants in. The water to the facilities and the bathrooms is on. But there was another run that ran these other hydrants that were
Yeah.
located.
And they had to
Specifically a
update the
couple.
line.
And a couple
They would have
of-
put a valve in to do that.
Well, he said they did, but it was an accident. They hit the old line. And I said, well, what's this all about? I said, well, they hit the old line, so they're having to splice it in. I said, well, they can't shut off the old system. You know, they can't.
Yeah.
And he said, well, no, we'll do it, we'll fix it.
But they have a valve.
And this was caught.
But we got a valve, and we do have a site plan.
That makes me wonder, do they charge you guys extra from the bid for the mistake for having to fix that?
No, I told them they're well gonna give that. They gotta fix it. He said, well, they're not even asking, they recognize it was their deal. But also, so Northwestern came in there,
Yeah,
and they hit the same line that just got fixed. Like,
they did.
That's what I
the same
thought.
electrical line.
I thought I heard some about that. That's
And
why I was like.
so I said to Chris, I said, Chris, we don't have a puddle of water and live wire in it, do we?
Yeah, everybody does that.
But they said that they would pay Chris to fix it. So let me see here.
They should call it
It
811.
could be in a minute.
I mean, they advertise that. Call 811 before you dig.
Well, they say they did that, but these weren't located there because nobody's got them on a map.
Well, they use a detector to locate them.
Amen.
And they should have done that before they wanted an excavator.
Well, and especially since it was hit before.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell do you think this?
I got my excavator coming tomorrow. I need to dig a trench right across the electric line. I know it's there somewhere. I just have to be very careful. Feel it. When you touch it, it gets back.
When you feel the 440 volts.
Yeah. Well, I buried all, and I don't think I know how power it is. Oh,
Well, you're right, they do detect them. And they do a damn good job at it.
oh well. But you gotta have valve, and if it's just the rod to turn it on, it's just a curved valve. I had like 4 of those rods. So I built them.
That's all it is.
Bought one when I first put in the first system, but I just built it that rod.
Well, and to be honest with you, it was the same issue that prompted me to buy the rod.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it ever got resolved. And that's because there's nobody managing the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
We need one of those now. Curb stop outfits.
gosh, I can't remember that so many damn flies.
Depending where the valve is, you can leave the rod in there. You know, it's not gonna be in the way of anything.
I'm just frustrated, honestly, because I don't know the whole extent of it, but I know that these hydrants worked before they did the work and they don't work now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coincidence, I'm sure.
So I'm like, what the hell?
We got Cass Marshall coming in at 9:30.
Who's that?
All right, what you got?
Cash Marshall?
Yeah, Cass Marshall.
Cass,
My
Cass.
God, it's too, is she here?
No,
She's
she's
never here.
absent. She's never.
We're 2 minutes over.
Depends on whether she was out drinking.
Yeah.
As long as she comes in here stumbling.
Make it for it, speech.
So I think last week I was pretty productive. I did meet with 3 other county departments. Reed came in, then I talked to Barb from upstairs in district
Okay.
court, and there was one other person that I talked to, and I don't remember now, which is terrible, but we sat down and we went through the budget, and it was really helpful to me because they came in knowing what their funds were, so their fund numbers, which
Wasn't
is
wrong, man.
which is great. Which hopefully they had the right funds, right? No, but we sat down and we had some good conversation, and it was able to help me go in and look a little deeper into those funds and kind of get a little more used to it. I'm almost done with the actual labor worksheet that I was putting together for actual time worked and other hours.
And then you saw that we got, well, that's excellent. And
Yeah.
you saw we also got the healthcare.
Yes, and then I got that list, and it does look like in some areas, because this is going back to December, last January, this December. So I don't know if it'll be a full snapshot of everybody, because we may have had new people come in
Sure.
and everything, or some people are gone now and not here any longer. But I think most of the numbers are close. You are not off by a ton.
I know, kept looking at that, I'm like, it's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yes, so I haven't seen any huge discrepancies, which I think is positive, just because now I think we're getting close to where we need to actually be,
Yeah.
but it may just be a little bit of a shock for our budget.
Yeah,
To
we'll look at it, because
fully
it was, I came up with this labor sheet. The total labor that I came up with markups, healthcare and everything, for 650 some employees, and so many part-time, was $750,000 more than what we spent last year. And so I said,
Right.
well, I'm off somewhere, something's not right.